son, stand son, cause where you stand is holy ground. Cast your crowns before it's thrown. Where he stands with holes in his hands, rose from the underground.
Where he stands from the underground. Where he stands from the underground. Where he stands from the underground. Rose from the underground. Where he stands from the underground. Where he stands from the underground. Where he stands from the underground.
Yo, I wake up in the morning and read my word, a daily proverb like manna falling to the earth, a cover in the works, this mystery in you, Jesus, the hope of glory, your anchor secure, more sure than all your material worth. Plus our characteristics fall short, standing in a court of hosts who wear robes like baggy clothes, covering a whole body of foes, not because they ashamed of a naked body, but standing there before one who's high and lofty, the fourth love, who they call agape, who defines more in a word than in a acrostic. The cross is just a word, yes, but foolishness to human logic. The Son of God deposited himself into a situation where it would cause his flesh to be ripped and torn, but he endured the process, embraced the cross, and died a violent death for those who cross-dress and the sexually immoral. So if you're homophobic, know that Jesus is attracted to those attracted to the same sex. Don't get it twisted, yo. He just doesn't approve of the unnatural context. Trying to say he's attracted, but Christ died for both thieves, not just the one on his left, and for the prostitute who hates sex but turns tricks for paychecks. Would you pay less to weigh less, or pay more to gain more and lose your soul for fame and fortune? Choose your options. You could be adopted into the family you always wanted. God's universal love is coveted. That's why I marvel like the karmic, but the world is still clogged like a heart blockage. Yeah. Stand son, cause where you stand is holy ground. Cast your crowns before it's thrown. Where he stands with holes in his hands, rose from the underground. Stand son, cause where you stand is holy ground. Cast your crowns before it's thrown. Where he stands with holes in his hands, rose from the underground.
Where he stands from the underground. Where he stands from the underground. Where he stands from the underground.
Yeah. First love and have a problem with God's son, but what if he had a problem with giving them his oxygen? Reverse the proposition, just give them amoxicillin. Reverse time and uncross himself from the patibulum, so they could continue all the days of their existence in the souls of despair, which is like chained up in prison, praying to God to save them from the sentenced to death for crucifying Jesus all over again. For a second, as if the first wasn't sufficient, I'm itching to slap some sense into some Christians who stand on the edge of the fence with Sodom in the distance, lusting over its magnificence, but about to fall victim to its innocence. Who played a harlot and a skill like skilled artists, but will kill like murderous wanderers who wander the streets like fiends behind garbages. And even these need narcotics anonymous. I'm only human, and even I wanna be autonomous, but I've been separated like Paul and Barnabas. So I must keep my garnish polished and my sword harnessed, willing to be killed for swinging my steel in the darkness. My thought process, trying to read God, but that's like trying to read a black book graffiti with black chalk. The Romans cast lots for the robe of Christ. Maybe they roll some dice, then with 9-inch spikes cut the blood circulation from his hands off. I know in your heart you think you stand tough, but God can change your heart from ashes and sackcloth. He heals the brokenhearted by taking the cast off. Stand son, cause he rose from the underground. Stand son, cause where you stand is holy ground. Cast your crowns before it's thrown. Where he stands with holes in his hands, rose from the underground. Stand son, cause where you stand is holy ground. Cast your crowns before it's thrown. Where he stands with holes in his hands, rose from the underground.